Let's start with something funny. The funny thing about this guy is he's eating 4 eggs a day and he's 130 kilograms heavy.
Including tomatoes.
Oh yeah, so he's
Tomatoes, yeah.
tomatoes.
They give me the strength.
So tomatoes are fixing the egg deficiency.
Yeah.
Well, I used to eat up to 50 eggs before World Championships.
I tried 12
A day.
but couldn't do it.
Right. Not asking why.
Mm.
Well, 4 eggs, I probably would eat more eggs in a break between sets. Okay, so what else do you eat?
Pasta, meatballs.
Pasta, meatballs or pasta?
Both.
Both, right, okay. And I've heard it's only 4 meatballs a day.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Right, so there's 4 meals of 4 meatballs?
Yeah.
And you are deadlifting 350 kilograms,
8 for 400.
being
Yeah.
20 years old, and you're a professional strongman, and you can't afford more meatballs, so what?
I gained too much weight after I ate too much.
That's right.
Doesn't work.
So your sponsor is supplying everything you need and more.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I wish I had one. So, what would you say is the most important thing to progress from 170 kilo deadlift to 320 years later?
I think consistency, you know? Like consistency, hard work.
Consistency, my ass, man.
Yeah, no, it's quite consistency, hard work, motivation. Just, you know. And 4 eggs a day.
I could never do it with consistency and motivation. And then 3 months later you did 350.
Yeah.
Well, I know how you did it. I wrote the plan. Okay, yeah, but how many kilograms did you put on during that period?
I went from
Body
100,
weight.
122 to 130, around there.
So it's only 8 kilos heavier.
But
We're talking about 18 months?
almost since I started, I'll say about 15, maybe 20, but no more.
So you would say that body was recomposing as well? Less fat, more muscles?
100%, 100%.
And what's funny is you've been 22 at 170 kilos deadlift. And for 2 years before you were training like 10-15 reps bodybuilding,
Yeah, and
which is high rep bodybuilding. It's too much rep bodybuilding.
And even though I put on weight, I'm stronger when it comes to calisthenics as well now.
Calisthenics.
More pull-ups, more dips. Before, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I remember you had a problem with this.
Yeah.
But apart from calisthenics, you can do parkour.
Yeah.
You can do somersaults. For fuck's sake, what a beast. Okay. What would you say people are doing wrong when they're training this bodybuilding for 2 years or 10 to 15 reps? Or is it correct? Maybe you're actually looking at you, this is a good way to start first 2 years. Just waste your time doing 15 reps. And then in next 18 months just add from 170 deadlift to 350.
Maybe I just wasn't made
It's
for
not
it.
even 18 months, it's less.
Yeah.
It's been 15 months.
Maybe I just wasn't made for it, you know? Made for strength instead of...
What strength?
I was made for strength, not looking good.
You were made for strength.
Yeah, not looking good, yeah.
But what about speed?
Speed was not that good at the beginning, but...
So would you say that that 15 repetition bodybuilding is making you slowish?
Wasn't making me faster.
Right. Okay. So we have a bit of speed here.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of mass gain.
Yeah.
Right. We have consistency, motivation. Oh, understandably. So the first 2 years you were not motivated and consistent.
4 eggs a day. 4 eggs a day now. Yeah.
You know, Mil Sasev used to eat 80 eggs apparently, and then he was adding his chicken and rice and whatever. Well, still I can't imagine myself. I did 50 eggs a day only for 2 days, by the way.
Too much.
And I was like, oh, that's it. Yeah, that's too much. I get it, but first 2 years when you're doing this bodybuilding training, you were from 16 to 18-year-old.
Yeah, around 100%. Because I started strongman when I was 18, like 5 months after being 18. So until that time, I was just in bodybuilding. Yeah.
Okay, so 3 months or 5 months, you said? Because I remember you saying 3 months.
Maybe 3 months, maybe 5. I don't know, but it was around that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say that first 2 years you were not so consistent, not so?
I had the motivation.
You had motivation,
but maybe not the consistency that I have for this. Maybe I thought I had consistency, but it wasn't there, you know.
When you say consistency, how many trainings a week is consistency in that? Well, I mean, wannabe bodybuilding training, because it is wannabe bodybuilding. Yeah. You only became fatter or something.
I didn't become fatter, but I definitely didn't look as good as I wanted to.
Okay. Yeah. But well, it's not nothing above average to deadlift 170 after 2 years. Mm-hmm. However, at your body weight 122, I would expect slightly more. Yeah. And then your strength just plummets once you introduced speed workout technique and heavy weights for less repetitions, while still maintaining the 15 repetitions on the other day. So the training was 15, 10 and 5 repetitions.
Yeah, at the beginning,
Yeah, and then it was a lot of mixing of different stimulus. Mm-hmm. Okay, I get it. Yeah, the training is more advanced. But you see, even though I wrote this program, I never saw anybody doing that much of a progress in 1 year. And then next 3 months, another 30 kilos. Like, what the hell? All right, the deadlift suit. How much do you think it's helping you? Because that 170 was no deadlift suit. Yeah, but still straps. Mm-hmm. But then after a year and 3 months, 350 was with suit and with straps. How long did you use the suit?
7 weeks. I think 7 weeks. Yeah, 7 and 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, only.
Right. So that 320 was first time you used suit or second?
That was after like 3 weeks of using it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But before that, I was able to pull 300 for like 2 reps, no problem. So I think it just added maybe more speed. I reckon maybe.
So 300 for 2 reps got you
hard reps. Yeah, pretty hard.
3 weeks later in the suit it was 320.
Yeah.
And then another 3 months was 350. Okay, so in best case, how much do you think the suit is helping?
30 kilos maybe, but the thing is, I made sure I used it right, made sure everything was.
So we can't say deadlift suit did all the job for you?
No.
Right.
It helped a bit, yeah.
Yeah, its biggest speed is also going to convert into going through the sticking point easier, which is what? You have a sticking point where?
Above the knees. I've kind of fixed it now. It's getting a lot better, but back then, yeah, it was above the knees, yeah.
So what do you think is fixing the sticking point above the knee?
To be honest, I have no idea, but it's... but it's working, huh?
Focusing on technique is fixing it the most, I think.
Maybe. Yeah.
Right. And how come you becoming probably one of the youngest ever professional strongman? I mean, what I mean by professional strongman, somebody that just wakes up, eats, trains, and then has fun. Like say you riding motorbike. Yeah. Yeah.
I think you know. I showed a lot of
pasta and 4 meatballs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to say I eat a bit of ice cream there as well.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay. More beef somewhere, steaks.
No. I think it's just having family and friends.
What happen if you actually fix your diet a little bit more towards?
I'll be scared to think.
Okay, so how come you became a professional?
I think it's just
it's sponsored. Sorry.
Yeah.
Which is professional. You win some competition. You approach a sponsor saying, "Look, man. There's never been anybody progressing that fast in deadlift in the entire world, so why don't you sponsor?" Is it?
Somewhat, but I think just having some good family around me, you know, having the good circle around me.
Oh yeah. I wish I had one.
Helped a lot.
Because when I started training, I was 7-year-old. Everybody's against me. No, don't train. You will never grow. I was that tall, and eventually I grew as tall as my father. but they were like, oh, they just accepted that, oh, I'll be training. You know. When I became powerlifting world champion, oh, my brother is a world champion. Oh, everybody knows at their workplace, everybody from the family, everybody knows that. I'm so proud of him. I always supported him. And I'm like, yeah, you did. So you have the opposite here. You have all the support from the beginning.
Yeah. Everything I wanted, you can say, yeah.
So what advice would you give to somebody that doesn't have one?
I think just keep training hard and eventually it'll come. It'll come.
Right. The same advice I would give them. What is your motivation?
Pakulski, you know.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
So you're doing it for him or for yourself?
For myself.
Yeah.
But I would love to compete.
But you have a role model.
100%, yeah.
So what would you copy from him? Copy and paste? Or what's the inspiring part?
Him winning, you know, training hard, being a Terminator for every competition.
Being Terminator, can you copy that?
Well, I think I can, you know.
Okay.
Harder, yeah.
Winning, yeah, you can copy that. You already won a few times.
You know, every time he goes to competition, I just have a feeling he's gonna win. It's just like you just know he's gonna win. When he goes there, it's just, you know. You can predict.
I have the same feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, I never lost. I don't know the other feeling, but unless that would be a sport that I don't like. Once I competed in the physique, you know, like
bodybuilding, yeah.
In shorts, you know, despite of having very good thighs, I had to wear shorts, and I came second, and that was quite upsetting. No, I was motivated that, yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn.
Yeah.
But do you learn and you win? How is that possible?
Yeah, you can. But I think
is that because you're only 20-year-old?
Maybe.
Because old people don't learn; they just stick with their old ways.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, you know.
Where do you learn that?
Huh?
Where did you learn that?
TV.
To have a dog. TV. Yeah. They're very smart. TV is very smart. They teach masses. Yeah. TV, fuck's sake. Come on. Okay. So on the TV, what did you learn about strongman? On the TV.
Nothing much, you know. I don't really watch strongman on TV, but.
Yeah. It's the same with me. I don't watch powerlifting. I just go there and I don't look who's competing against me. I just do my job. I'm presenting
your strength.
No, I'm presenting my technique on different numbers.
Yeah.
And so what's your approach when you on a competition day? What's your focus?
Just making sure I go into every event 100%. You know, focus. Because I think
100% what? Sorry, focus or 100% tired or 100%?
100% focus. Yeah.
Because a lot of people think, oh, I went all 100%, which means in their translation means I was 100% tired at the end. Yeah. Do you feel tired at the end?
No.
Feel excited?
Excited, 100%.
Great, I get it. So you are 100% focused, 100% exerting yourself, 100% believing yourself, 100% wanting to win.
100% believing myself, yeah. I think that's
Believing yourself, like an expression. Oh yeah.
Believing myself, yeah.
Believe.
Yeah.
What would you say belief is different in a winner and a belief of a loser? I mean, loser, second place is not a loser, but somebody that doesn't do so well.
They go into every event not thinking that they're going to do good, you know, and that's already sets them back far.
Yeah. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
So you're strong-minded from the very beginning.
Have to be.
Did you learn that from TV?
From myself.
From yourself?
Yeah. Like
I was born very smart as well. I was telling my parents when I was young, like, look, I'm stronger than you and I'm smarter than you, so why don't you just shut up and let me train? Like, seriously, I was a very naughty boy when I was training, and somebody tried to stop me. I remember my friend's mom saying, "Oh wow, don't use these 3 kilograms dumbbells, you will never grow." Yeah, and it's his mom of my best mate. I'm looking at her. I'm like, so if you're so fat on your belly, why is why are your legs so long? She never spoke to me again. And I was just 7-year-old, so I could get away with a lot of political incorrectness. But do you think that you've learned subliminally, you've learned something from all the positive atmosphere you have in your training? Because I've seen your videos from your training, and everybody's like very supportive. They're screaming like, "Yeah, go!" Yeah.
I think it's learning from failing some lifts. Not actually when I don't go 100%. That's when I fail, and I try not to do that again.
Go for 100% is very specific, because I'm coaching people. Actually, I'm telling everybody you'll never go 100%.
But you have to.
You know why?
Why?
No. Because I mean something else here. Whatever you're lifting in the day, you can do more, but that limit is just a bit of bullshit. But it is here because of your belief. So 100% focus is different. I preach 100% focus. You have to focus 100% on technique, forget what's the weight, forget who's competing against you. But if I say to someone, go 100%, they usually think, oh, this is my 100%. Oh, this is not. Well, I'm saying you'll never go 100% because there's always something more you can do.
Yeah.
So you think 100% is just like this total mind absorption in what you're doing.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's like meditation, isn't it?
Yeah, you can say so.
So then you wake up from a trance at the end of the day. It's like, oh, where have I been?
Probably blacked out after heavy lift.
Yeah, a lot of athletes have actually told something like they broke a world record and they knocked somebody in a boxing, knocked somebody out, and oh, do you remember that moment of knockout? And actually, no. they can't remember. This feeling like out-of-body experience when they did say triple jump, and they just trying to remember how it happened, and no. I remember in 2016 I did 245 kilo front squat at body weight, maybe 105 back then, and I don't remember it. I walked out of the bar, I'm starting to go down, and I'm thinking, oh shit, the bar is going to slide down from my shoulders. And then next thing I remember, I'm re-racking the weight, and I'm like, oh fuck, what just happened? What just happened? Well, I'm not sure if I just re-racked it and chickened out, or I did it. I'm checking the video, hey, I did it. So do you ever have these blackout moments where when you're doing your 100% focus and then boom?
No, you don't. Yeah. But you don't remember. You remember what happened, but you don't remember the process.
Yeah.
Of what you done. Yeah.
Because that's 100% probably.
Yeah.
Alireza, who you met here, I remember once he overhead pressed 110 kilos at 75 kilo body weight, and he fainted during the press. Yeah, literally, he put it down, re-racked it, and then he's just hanging on the bar. And then his consciousness came back, and he says he can't remember anything. So it looked like he actually fainted, but his body did the job.
Yeah.
So once you repeated something so many times, it becomes such a strong skill that you'll do it regardless, for your sleep maybe.
Mm.
So what are you doing in your spare time between lifting big weights and eating and sleeping? So a professional athlete, he gets sponsored and gets all the money necessary for the strongman lifestyle, all this expenses covered, everything's fine, and should I believe that all you're doing is this?
I'd like to ride my motorbike.
Motorbike? What kind of motorbike is?
Yamaha.
It's big enough for you?
Could be bigger.
Could be bigger?
Yeah.
So what because you want 130 kilograms?
Yeah.
You probably will be at least at 150 to be a top strongman.
Mm-hmm.
And 150, would you think bigger bike would be suitable?
I think if I had this one still, the suspension would do, but that's why I need to get a bigger one.
Right. Who's the type of person that goes on a motorbike? A person that's focused and likes adrenaline, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I also like to do free running. Parkour.
Free running, parkour.
Yeah.
Alright, so you are doing somersaults as well,
Yeah.
stuff like this. I want to see a video of it on your Instagram.
100%.
Please check his Instagram, because he's promising somersault video. 130 kilo bro.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's impossible bodyweight somersault, because I can't do it anymore. I used to do parkour myself, but I could never do somersault for some reason. I used to jump from third floor when I was 62 kilos. I could jump from third floor on a pile of sand, but then the heavier you get, it's just
Harder it gets harder.
yeah. So your knees can take it, provided you did some few squats first.
At the moment, yeah. We'll see when I get heavier.
Yeah. It's like when you jump, is actually there's a big impact. But do you think that this is translating to your biggest, maybe one of the biggest at least, strengths in strongman competitions, where you're actually very agile?
I think it does, yeah. I think it
You
makes
can
my
move.
speed as well. I think speed, agility,
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so fast.
Oh, I'd like to see something like you just load in a sandbag and
Yeah.
on the floor, like Commando Marine, something, get up, ninja style somersault, next event, and this is how you could do your combined strongman event. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I just do one atlas stone and then side flip, second. Just do one at the end of each event. The public will love it, I think. Fucking hell. I'll never see anybody at this bodyweight doing this. But I remember Daniel Grabowski. I've trained. He's 2010 world champion in powerlifting, IPF, and he could jump on the box about that high. He's 6'2", and the box was up to his neck. He could jump on it, but he was 140 kilos, and he was squatting 445 equipped single ply. So I thought, wow, this is amazing. He could do 20 pull-ups, but I don't think he could do a somersault. Impressive. So you have a sponsor that's providing you with all these things. Yeah, you have motorbike. You probably don't practice that much of a parkour these days, do you?
It's pretty hard now, and I get heavy. The gravitation just takes me down. But
Yeah.
whenever I have free time, I'll go.
But the biggest pain I have with you is you are sponsored by some local farm and you're eating 4 eggs a day and 16 meatballs. Disappointing. Is that why they sponsor you? They only require so little.
Maybe,
Okay, we'll put the links under the video for the sponsors, but I'm sure that they're great people and they're part of your success, because you're waking up and you know what you paid for, you know what people around you are thinking about.
Yeah,
and
a bunch of
easy
great
to
people,
focus, isn't it?
100%. A bunch of great people, they help me out. Anyone in that circle, done the job to help me. No matter if they do the smallest thing, it still help,
So what do you say to your peers that train in a public gym? You don't train in public gyms to start, but you have a gym at home with strongman equipment, which is quite a luxury, I would say, for a lot of people. But that's probably thanks to your dad, and isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. However, you definitely train in a public gym. And what's the difference between you and your peers on training?
I don't think they give 100%. They don't train. They don't give enough dedication to it. They don't train hard enough.
You're not using
No
phone between
consistency.
sets?
No, phone's only for music.
That's a smartphone. Today everybody has to do it. I knew a guy that was back in the 90s. He had this philosophy that you don't only have to develop your body but also your brain. So he was doing a crossword puzzle between sets. Do you think it's a good idea to develop his brain doing crossword puzzle?
Maybe not during training, but definitely better than using the phone.
Sorry?
Definitely better than using the phone. Yeah.
I've noticed that during training, people's IQ are actually dropping, and it should drop, because they will start overthinking. So the stupider somebody becomes during session, the more they can push. It's just like people are emotional. So let's say somebody fell in love, and they can't see objectively how stupid it is to go in that direction, but they still will go for it because they're emotional. But the same happens in the gym when the blood flow goes from behind the brain and is activating all these parts of the brain, and nothing is left of the prefrontal cortex where your intelligence is. And I had the accounting client, she was an accountant who squat 200 kilos in reps. And once she was, after like initial warm-ups and she was more in the zone, she had difficulty counting the plates on the bar. So accounting is somebody good with maths, obviously, but on a daily basis, hour after hour, all the time, suddenly she can't even count plates. Do you have any problem like this?
Counting reps, not plates.
Oh, counting reps. So you count reps up to what? Without mistake.
Oh, I think nine.
I the same with me. I only, very often. It was only 9 I hear after a set. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's 9 equals 10 in my world. Okay, we have the same problem with the counting. What's your plan for the future? Would you like to become an accountant when you finish your strongman career?
I don't think so. No way.
Would you become a motorbike designer?
Probably not as well.
No.
Probably teach people.
Teach people.
Yeah, train.
What would you teach your peers if you had to do this now?
No.
What would you say to them?
Train harder.
Harder.
Dedicate yourself to what you do. Yeah.
What would they say? Well, I thought I'm really training harder. I did 5 exercises for my biceps.
Not enough.
Not enough exercises. Or not enough of muscle groups.
Not enough. How would I say it? They don't.
Okay,
They don't want it bad enough. They don't want it bad enough. They're just there doing it. You know.
Okay.
They're not actually there. They don't have to explain it.
So they're half conscious, basically.
Yeah, you could say so. Yeah.
Yeah. But at the back of the head, there's something else going on.
Yeah, they're just there doing it.
They're just doing the pump and looking around in the mirror. Who's looking at my?
Yeah.
Who's looking at me? Checking the girls and. So if you want to excel in any sport, do you think it's good that you began so early in your life? I mean, early, 16-year-old when you started doing this high rep bodybuilding.
I think it's good because then you get advantage on the ones that start late. But I think it's never too late, you know.
Never too late.
Never too late, yeah.
No, never too late, I'm sure. But also the question is, do you think you get advantage from being actually in the sport of strongman from the age of 18? Yeah. And will that carry on more to your technical skills than somebody that started in his 30s?
No, 100%, because then you get more time to make mistakes, you know. Once you're 30, there's no.
You can get away from any mistake when you're younger, isn't it? Yeah, it's a plague of professional strongmen, probably the injuries and the pain they have to maintain training despite of the pain. I get it. So you're not at that age to get pain yet, right? No. Would you like to become the world's strongest man before that age happens?
Even though if it does happen, I think I'm gonna still push it, you know.
But do you think it's only age? I feel better when I was 20. I'm 40 now. Why? Because I've learned how to train smarter. So, for example, I'm not deadlifting every week hard. What do you do? No,
true. Yeah, smart training. Once you get older, you have to think about it more.
Recovery.
More here than here. Yeah.
Yeah, but what about your recovery?
Oh, it's important. Yeah, very important.
How often would you do deadlifts now?
deadlifts every 2 weeks. I do like Eddie Hall.
Yeah.
Copy him now.
Yeah.
1 week light, 1 week heavy. That's enough for me.
Now some people can't do light. Like for example, I've asked Pakulski to do every 2 weeks, and he's coming back to me saying after 6 weeks, I've not been deadlifting for 6 weeks. But when I say go one light, one heavy, you have heavy.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. You usually get weaker.
All or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is when you say 100 go 100%, what do you mean when it's light day? 100% of what?
Speed.
Speed. Yeah.
You don't have to go.
You have different qualities of technique, 100% technique, 100% speed. Great. I must say I've seen a lot of champions before, and at this age they're usually quite naive about the future, and they think that, oh, I'll just carry on going to the gym and I'll be better and better. But do you have a vision that you see yourself on the top? Yeah. You don't have to be modest here.
Very
I'm not.
big vision.
Yeah.
Big vision. Yeah.
So big vision is something that will drive the other parts of your life, yeah. But also, your people from your family, from your sponsors, they also have a vision for you, isn't it?
Yeah, you can say so. Yeah, they help me out. They make sure the vision becomes reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's magic. So I've not seen a lot of people. Really, I've not seen anyone actually progressing that fast in a deadlift over the year and 15 months, from 170 to 350. Where do you think you will get to 400 kilograms?
The plan is to do it in the next 12 weeks if everything goes well. I'm aiming to do it before the 2 years of training passes.
Somebody would ask me now after this interview, ask you maybe, somebody would ask you after this interview, what to do to deadlift 350 kilos after 15 months of training. Well, first of all, he was training for 2 years, so he had sort of base, yeah. In 2 years, even doing high reps, bodybuilding shit, that will still give some base for strength training. And suddenly it all becomes, well, better because of the neurological aspect of training, and at the end there will be the right environment, the sponsorship that gives you ability just to focus on your goal. If you have one goal in mind, if your family and friends and everybody you surround yourself with have the same goal, it's very easy to get there. So no matter what's your goal, what's your goal actually? Probably if I ask most of you, you'd be saying your goals are somewhere small. So if your goal is to say, I'm going to do 200 deadlift, go tell your family and friends, and they will be like, okay, fine. If your goal would be, I want to be strongest man in the world, maybe your family and friends are actually going to share your vision because they will be wishing for your greatness. It's very difficult to actually create all these surroundings and prepare the strategy, and then the goal itself will just happen. It's just predetermined. So if you want to deadlift 400 kilos like Dawid wants to do before he's 20, the secret is not 4 eggs a day and tomatoes. The secret is not 16 meatballs a day. The secret is not doing backflips and somersaults and parkour and riding a motorbike. Even the secret may not necessarily be the sponsorship, but the sponsorship is is something that's allowing you to focus virtually on your goal and then recover, and it's allowing you to submerge yourself into a training realm until it becomes reality. Personally, I've never seen any athlete that doesn't have vision who'd become great. Somebody has to have vision for them at least. So out of everybody I've trained, if somebody say has doesn't have too much contact with me, they will be here now and again. Unless they have their own vision for their greatness, they're going to progress. Usually they have to revisit their vision every week with me. So we would go through what you have done through the week, and if somebody doesn't have it, if they get sucked into life, this is when they fail. This is when they can't push their physique goals, strength goals, whatever, body fat loss goals, whatever it is, yeah, or strength training goals. And I can't imagine anyone not wanting to be the greatest and just walking in the gym and doing whatever and then becoming the greatest. It's not gonna happen. Even if you want to be kind of good, it still requires quite a lot of effort, and that effort is something that we can see on the surface, but behind the surface you want to see the vision. And if you can see yourself as somebody on the top of your game, if your family can see yourself as on the top of your game, and then your friends will see it, you will, the effort will come naturally without too much effort. So that's the last thing I want to say to you. Study your visions and eliminate all these things in your head that prevent you from achieving whatever you want to do, and then only, well, as much as you can get rid of visions in your head, actually maybe try to get rid of some people that are undermining you, that questioning your vision, and then it will be all easier. It truly will be.